Okay, lesson number 2. This is totally practice. Before starting it, let's rewind the previous lesson. In previous lesson, we discussed how to move the grid, how to place an object, and how to move the object, rotate the object, and scale the object. Okay, now I'm going to show you again. To rotate the grid, Alt plus left click, mouse left click, to rotate the grid, whichever angle you want. And to zoom into the grid, Alt plus mouse right click to zoom in. And to pan the grid, Alt plus middle mouse button, pan the grid. Okay. To place an object, press on the object. It will be placed on the grid. Now actually in the middle of the grid. If you want to move the object, press W. Arrows will appear, so you can move in whichever direction you want. To rotate an object, press E. You can rotate through these strings. If you want to scale the object, press the object you want to scale and press R. These handles will appear. To scale it equally, drag it from the middle. If you want to scale from in separate axis, you should select the axis and drag that axis, drag in that axis. So that's what we discussed in previous lesson. Let's get into the second lesson now. We are going to build a panzer. We are going to build a panzer with basic shapes. I've searched in the internet and found this image. I will put a link in the description so you can follow along with me. Okay, now observe the shapes of the panzer. This is a cube, this is a cube, this is a cube, this is a cube. All of them are made with cubes or cylinders. See, this is a cylinder, cylinder, cylinder. All of this is a cylinder, and some cubes. So we're going to make this in Maya. If you want, follow along with me, or else watch it and do it your own way. First, we are going to take base, this middle cube. We are going to place middle cube. R to scale. If you want to see in a view, if you want to see it in a different view, press space. You can see from this is a top view, this is a front view, and this is a side view. Object is in the middle of the grid, so we should place above the grid. As you can see, if I'm moving in one of the panels, all of the panels are changing. In all the panels you can see. If you don't know where the grid is, if you are in here, you can't see the grid, press 4. You can see the grid now, so you can place the object there. Then press 5, the object will become normal. If you want to go into separate panels, place the mouse on the panel you want to go and press space again. You'll go to that panel. Press space again to return and place on the panel you want to go and press space. You'll go to that panel. Okay, now the base is, I place the base, and under that you're going to need another cube. So we have a cube, but we don't want to take it from here. We want to duplicate this. To duplicate the object, press ctrl D. Object will duplicate. See. Press R to scale. We are going to ignore this. Just the top panel is going to build. Okay. Now Ctrl D to duplicate and W to move. R to scale. If you want to select and scale the object at the same time, select all the objects and scale at the same time. But as you can see, they are moving. Then they are not in the places they are assigned to. So we should group this objects into one. Select all the layers and press Ctrl G. It's grouped now. It's grouped now. So we can manipulate the objects however we want. They won't move from their assigned places. To get out of the group, press outside of the group. And to enter the group, select object in the group and press up arrow on the keyboard. So it will enter the group. Press outside of the group to exit the group. And now we are going to place these tires. Press on the cylinder to get it on the grid. You can't see the object now. To see the object, go into the wireframe. Press 4 on your number pad to go into the wireframe. So you can move that object out of this group and press 5 to enter the object mode. Now you should rotate this cylinder. To make it exact 90 degrees, press the value here, 90. Scale the object. Now scale the object. R. Ctrl D to duplicate. Ctrl D to duplicate again. Ctrl D. And now To place the same object to the same distance, press Shift D. It will place the same object in the same distance. So we should copy these tiles to this side. We should select all the objects, press Shift and select other object. So other object will select. Shift, select, Shift, select, Shift and select. So we should duplicate these objects and place it on the other side. Ctrl D, and now go to the top view, press space and go to the top view. Now we are going to place the objects on this side. Okay, now done. Press space and place it on, press the cursor on this view and press space. So objects are now on both sides, as you can see. Now we should place a cube on top. Ctrl D, duplicate, R to scale, let's see, okay. These are cylinders as well, so we are going to place the cylinders in the back. Here, take a cylinder, Ctrl Z to undo, Ctrl Z. R to scale, Ctrl D to duplicate and place on here. So I'll place this. Now it should have cylinders on top and some cube in the middle. So we're going to duplicate this. Ctrl D, scale this, and place it here. And scale in this direction as well. Okay. Now we are going to place cylinders on top and in here as well. Ctrl D to duplicate. To place it perfectly, go into the side view and place it here. Ctrl D to duplicate and Ctrl D to duplicate. To place this equally to Look good. Now we're going to place this here as well. Control D. Control D. Now what we need is a cylinder. Now this cylinder, we're going to place a cylinder here. Control D to duplicate and E to rotate. Press 90 over here and slightly rotate upwards to make it a panzer like. Control D to duplicate. Control D. R to scale. Control D. R. Okay, bigger. Okay, now it's completed. As you can see, it's a toy model. We made a toy model of panzer. We'll see you in the next lesson. So bye bye for now. Thank you for watching.